It's episode 60 of
Numero 60.
of the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yep, you're in the right place.
Most famous podcast on the face of the internet and in the world. Now it's episode 60 of Inane Blather. Oh.
Which was described to me by someone as not the best podcast, but their favorite. So
thanks for
I said
the feedback.
That's a perfect way to describe it, because if you said it was the best, I would say
You're lying.
You're a fucking liar.
Yeah, they're like, fine, well, it's my
but
favorite.
I believe that you love it because you love me.
Even though it's... Oh, that was very quiet. Didn't do a sound check on that before starting.
Not good.
Yeah, exactly. And I only have 4% battery left on the soundboard here, so I'll just say it's Inane Blather. Yeah. Commonly referred to as...
This is propaganda.
And hosted by...
Headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
Okay, so we'll just use that until it runs out.
It dies.
And as soon as everything dies, I just repeat
the N-word
over and over again, thinking you're like, that's not how
until
this
the
works.
next podcast.
Your microphone is still recording. Just your tablet died. I don't know how you didn't know that. I'm like, uh-oh. And everyone heard that, and you're like, no, we're not live. I don't know how you don't know this. It's episode 60. You edit this every week.
You're the one
you
that
upload it. Yeah, speaking of, and I'm so far behind right now, I think there'll be 2 in a day that'll come out. So I wonder when this one will come out. And that's episode... like 55. I just barely did, so I'm way behind.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. No, but
excuse me.
But at this point, I'm off of Twitter. Fuck, I've said it so many times, but now it's just like, ugh. This site sucks. It's unusable, and the switch to calling it X. It's like
so stupid.
The only X,
what did he name it after his son?
The only the only X videos that I'm gonna see are X videos, and that's not on an app. Okay,
X videos, like X-rated.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest porn sites, X videos. So XTube, homegrown Simpson stuff, YouPorn.
I know these names better than I know my own grandmother's.
But not to mention that supposedly Microsoft already has a trademark on using X as a brand. Because of Xbox and shit like that. And in Japan, because of something else, they literally can't change the name to just X.com or whatever. He's a fucking moron.
Really thought out.
But
sounds like.
It's just more of a in my face, like, hey, we don't want you here kind of thing. Because it's not the change to X that would make me leave, even though it's almost... I mean, I'm a grown man. I generally don't care what people think. But that's just embarrassing to talk about spending time on X.com and zeeting and re-zeeting things.
Zeeting?
X instead of tweeting.
God.
Yeah.
That is so embarrassing.
Exactly. It's like, I don't care what people think, but no, I'm not going to be a person who spends their time on that.
Unironically, zeeting?
Yes. It's already in the the user guides and stuff.
Oh,
I just went on earlier to when I uploaded an episode, because I even said, so I pinned a zeet. I pinned it. At least before I uninstalled the app, it was still showing up as Twitter, but in the browser, it's all X. I had already pinned something. I was like, I'm done. I mean, And I said, but you can follow me on Threads. I mean, as if anyone cares. We had like 140 followers, but
Cool.
But
Hi guys,
I
hope
wonder
you're
about
listening.
my shout out to Discontent Provider, but which I want to listen to the last one. I retweeted them before it was Zeta.
Is that discontent provider or
Discontent Provider right here?
Yeah.
Yo, you don't
That's
even
what I was
know.
thinking.
Yeah, except I think over on what they call the islands, which is Britain and the like. I don't think they really
Ireland.
talk like that very much. Yeah.
Yeah. It's island time in
but I had
Ireland.
said, I mean, we'll still post links to podcasts there if anyone was clicking on them. Every once in a while, we'd get a click through.
Cool.
So I guess
Nice.
at least a place that I could just tell people, because that's what sucks. That's a big thing about social media. I mean, for me, it was mostly for Twitter. I mean, 90% of it, that was my time waster. I don't play, Candy Crush or whatever. I doom scroll on Twitter and get mad about stuff. That was my thing. But also, but it's really a hub for your stuff. I mean, it's social media.
It's a stuff
like,
hub.
why have a website? I mean, social media. It's quote unquote free because there's advertisements and they sell your information and whatever, but it's a free website, and you just be like, why have a website? And you'd be like, yeah, get it at me, twitter.com/Inane Blather. Boom. It's all right there. We have our links, we have our stuff, so it's like, why pay domain hosting and site hosting costs?
Yeah, for sure.
But then you're at the whims of social media organizations, because I mean that's what a lot of businesses do it through Facebook, and I won't use Facebook. I'm already past that. Now we're reaching that point with Twitter, and who knows what's next.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm on Threads, and honestly, it's like,
Is it like Twitter?
yeah, but it sucks. I mean, Twitter
So
sucked
it's just like Twitter.
No, Twitter sucked in way different ways. I mean, because of the people that were on Twitter. Threads, it's like, I mean,
actual platform.
yeah, it's like, just take the stuff that Twitter had that people are asking for and just implement it. Nothing's stopping you from that. You don't have to make this certain thing unique. People want to get away from Twitter and the rabidly stupid blue check subscriber Elon Musk fan base that is there. Like, it's just... Finally, it's past the tipping point. These people are insane. And there was
These people are sick.
yeah, exactly.
Trump's a racist, they scream. Stop him.
That's not what they do. But that's what Threads...
I mean, some people
That's what
do.
Threads
yeah.
has been like so far for me. I'm like, ooh, there's so many liberals here. But instead of... And then I go back to Twitter, and it's like...
The N-word.
Over and over again. I'm like, okay, never mind. I'll just go back to...
Trump's
Yeah.
a racist, they scream. Stop him.
Yeah, and instead it's like, I'm just waiting for my invite code to Blue Sky, so instead I can hear about...
People have to flush their toilet 15 times.
Yeah, something random. No, but...
Something random.
but yeah, just not implementing... It's like, even just the search function is just to search for other accounts. It's like, there's no, like, hashtag function. There's no explore. There's no... I can't search and say, hey, what are people
Ew.
saying about this? It's like, so it's not fulfilling the... I mean, it's like this general UI that's the same, where people post...
General UI?
yeah. And something else. Nah, but anyway, nobody cares. But either way, I open it up. I'm like, this definitely isn't the same dopamine you get on Twitter. That's
Dopamine
for fucking
hit, yeah.
sure. Not
You're really
even
fiending?
close.
Yeah.
I'm like, I keep pulling it down to refresh. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's all that's there.
Not
It's all
how
that's
it
there in the
works.
feed right now. Okay. It's like, it could be endless on
Yikes.
Twitter, but I'm done. I'm done.
You're Doug.
These people are
that's what I was
sick.
looking for in the first place.
There it is.
But
Yeah.
So, how have you been? You had a fun weekend, huh?
I had such a fun weekend. Oh my gosh. Everyone who's listening should check out Brody Nation. That's the festival I went to. It's in a town sort of near mine where I live, and it's all local artists.
Boring.
No, it was amazing. Man, I got pulled on stage for a final song of this one rock band.
You got pulled on stage? Boring.
It was, yeah, so much fucking fun. I was right in the front row. Oh my God, it was amazing. And then I also did some acid and like swear I like felt or saw God through music. It was amazing.
Cool.
I thought about you so much. I was just sitting there like crying, thinking about
you thought about me
you,
so
wishing
much?
you could.
Yeah, thanks for texting me then.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had no.
I know.
I had no
I'm just
service.
kidding. You're like, I was in the
But,
middle of nowhere. No, thanks.
yeah.
I was sending you
Yeah.
screenshots of dumb shit I saw on Twitter before quitting. It's like, but no. Natalie was meeting God in the woods.
It was
Yeah, I saw
amazing.
a few things there. That's really cool. From I don't
Yeah,
know,
a few
people seem to
posted.
have their phones in service. I don't know.
People posted after
I
they
know,
got
I'm
back.
joking.
I only took 3 photos all weekend.
Yeah.
Everyone else filled in the other ones because I just turned my phone off and put
Yeah.
it away. But it was
I always
amazing.
end
It
up doing
seriously
short
felt like
bursts of photos, and then
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I took a bunch of
Photo shoot,
pictures,
yeah.
and then I go back to show someone. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it was all just at this one place. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh crap, that's right. All the rest is in my head. You can't get it. So there.
Yeah, we had like 11 people. So between all of us, we got quite a few good photos. It was such
That's
a
a
fun
crowded
weekend.
bicycle.
That place, it is, it was amazing. We had we brought a couch to our camp. Like we have a couch
Smart.
that comes apart and a huge blow up mattress and
That's
like
cool.
it was super cozy. It was. Oh my God, I wish you could have been there. All of the bands playing were so much fun, danced so much. All these local artists get together, and the vibe there is just magical. In the woods out here, you know, near the Cascade Mountains, there's a river
Where?
that flows.
Where's that?
Yeah, where? Yeah,
I'm in Washington. It's a desert here. Thank you very much.
yeah, I ain't been far. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. I've never left my hometown, but what are these
It was incredible.
Cascade Mountains that I hear about in the journals of written record?
It was amazing. I felt a sense of community, you know, and really the power of music and acid for sure. But music was
That's the power
Oh,
of
man.
love and acid.
that's the power of drugs.
Yeah. Want a new drug?
It was an amazing weekend. We all had so much fun. Our group was really great. It was just a magical fun, perfect weather, Pacific Northwest, perfect summer days with a river right there to jump into when it's like 80 degrees. Oh man. Oh, forget
Yeah,
about it.
that's cool.
And this one guy, okay, this band, everyone listen to them. Torin and the Patterns of Saturn. I just sent it to our group chat with, our family group chat.
Or if you're into
he-
something a little more mellow, Rings of Saturn.
I can't. I have never seen them live, but I have
I'm
seen
just
Patterns
joking.
of Saturn.
That's an extreme metal band, so it's not. They're really good, but no, it's not more mellow.
Yeah, that one was the one I was watching when I was on acid and like seeing
Cool.
God. Patterns of Saturn. He improvises, like he raps and freestyles. He's amazing. And he's like, I met him. He's so incredibly like lacking in ego and just like he's all, I mean,
Yeah, you
like
just push him
mushrooms and
around.
like communal living. No,
Yeah.
he's like,
Took his
what
wallet.
an incredible musician. There was, on the final day, there were 4 people who had never played together before. A bass player, the singer, she played guitar, another guitarist who also played like this udu drum. It's like, I don't know if it's African drum. And then that guy, Torin, freestyled. And the 4 of them together, first time playing together, it was unbelievable. They
That's
were just
called jamming?
Oh my God. But his freestyling, the guitarist who I know, he didn't hit a wrong note. Every single solo,
Yeah,
he just
that's
absolutely
cool.
ripped. It was, and the girl, Savannah Woods, her voice, so beautiful. Like, it was my voice goals for sure.
I
like,
love
soulful.
jamming when
and she
someone freestyles.
Yeah.
And it's
He
only happened to me
was
like
crazy.
twice, and it's always, everyone's really really spaced out somehow, and it's just like, and it's so fun, and then you want them to do it again, and I've never jammed with someone that like does that. It's just they did that one time. I was like, oh, that was so fun. Get back on the microphone. They're like, I don't do that.
I
And
have
it's
a-
like, oh,
I have a friend
I'm
who
gonna
does it,
force feed you
actually.
some fucking whatever you were taking.
Yeah.
But yeah,
One of my friends
that'd be
does
fun.
that. He's really, really good. Yeah. But you should watch. Well, you'll watch that video later. But just incredible. Anyone should check out their stuff.
Cool.
And genuinely, like the message of like, it felt like he really like gets like community and like humans working together,
that
and like the whole
show.
festival was really like. Really about that. Like it's been going on for a long time, and the guy who originally started it was like a real hippie. Like everyone is like, and he died a couple years ago, and his son runs it now. And one of the bands wrote a song about him,
Cool.
about Hippie Henley, and like what a great experience that they do every single year. They do this festival. People come here for like over a decade, making such beautiful memories in the space where everyone just feels like accepted, and like the music's so great, the setting is incredible, and they just like. You know, they're doing that for people. It's so much work for them to put on. And all these wood carvings, there's like over 300 wood carvings that the
Cool.
guy's friend just did for him, just like all over the course of however many decades.
Sure.
They play volleyball at this place every Sunday
never
for
mind,
like
I'm out.
25 years. I
I'm
mean,
anti-volleyball.
it's like a really cool community. It's like what I think about Washington and like how it's kind of different and like a microcosm of the United States a lot, like geographically and all these things, and an example of like what America could be, like the fundamental belief system of like every man is created equal and like blah 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 blah, and like working together and all this stuff. You can really feel it. Like there's an American flag, but I mean there's Black Lives Matter and all this kind of stuff, and all the music. And I always say music is the best example of like communism, besides maybe sex, but like of what you can do working together, like what can come out of it. Genuinely feeling like
Sex,
the
yeah,
meaning
that's
of
right, you
life
talked
through
about that, yeah.
music. Yeah, feel the meaning of life through sex too, or yeah, whatever. But it just was a really,
I think of that
really
Monty
cool
Python
experience.
movie every time I have sex.
The meaning of sex?
No, the meaning of life.
No, the meaning of life, yeah. That's how start every
I find
time.
my
yeah.
rhythm. It's
how
like,
I get
you're
into the
standing on
mood.
a planet that's continually revolving. Or continually
Every
evolving.
sperm
revolving
is
at 900 miles an
sacred.
hour. Yeah.
No, it's the part that
Hovering
means like
at a
just
million
one more
miles a
thin
second.
mint,
So it's
please.
Yeah, that's the end.
Just a wafer thin. That's
it
how
seems
I
like that's
finish.
the only
That's how I
part
come.
that the women have ever seen, as far as I can tell, is the vomiting scene. I just found
Yeah.
a little shortcut here in Discord to adjust some things.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, it looks like I am doing something else, but
Yeah, it looks like you're
yeah.
not paying attention.
I am, though. It's really handy how I can do that. So no, that's really cool. Thanks for the invite. But no,
Well, I'm pretty sure I've talked about next year. You should seriously
Yeah,
come with me.
that
It's
sounds
camping
fun.
for like 4
Camping.
days.
perfect.
It's everyone's
Oh,
really cool
I just lost
and
the
like
soundboard.
oh, not good. But yeah, it was amazing.
It was a good weekend.
Great weekend.
Great weekend. Good.
Yeah, and talking to people about like communism and stuff, giving my idea, talking about Comic-Con, and people being like, fuck yeah, that sounds like such a good idea. All these
There you go.
people, all these like people are very, yeah, it's like a community of people have a lot in common with that way. There's a lot of, oh yeah, I wish you were there so bad.
Sure.
It was like hurting.
Well,
I was feeling like I can understand how twins can really feel a connection, because I feel like, yeah, sometimes when there's like music and stuff around it, like I'm like physically in pain thinking about how much I wish you were there.
well, too bad,
And
because
all
I
my
had a
friends
good
know
weekend
it.
too. So there. All right.
Oh, I know. Then I was like,
on
oh,
vacation.
he's in Vegas. Yeah, so I bet he's having a really good time. But yeah,
Yeah, I was in the opposite of hippie woods, and I was in the blazing hot desert and hotbed
capitalism.
of capitalist filth and debauchery. No, it was really nice.
debauchery.
No,
Yeah,
but actually,
swimming in the
that's
pool.
funny because I saw some great live music last weekend too, and I had been
yeah.
thinking about it too. I was telling Emily, I was like, man, next time I'm down here, just find some random people. Maybe I could jam, because anytime it's like, gosh, and the guys that are watching are so good. Just people that play together over and over and over again, and they're just so fantastic at what they do. But it's like, it just makes me want to, it's like, I just want to get on the drums,
shout,
please. I just
throw
want
my
to
hands up and shout.
hold like the drumsticks, or play that bass. The bass player was so awesome. But yeah, at the end of all the fun stuff that we did in Vegas and all that, but then at the end before going home, Emily took me to just like a great just locals dive bar type place that was really...
Is it the one where she works?
No. But everyone was super nice, and the live music was really good. They made really, really tasty mocktails, and even though it's like technically against the rules, no one cares, so you just sit there and vape indoors.
Hell yeah.
And it was great. Plus,
Emily and her boyfriend would have really enjoyed the festival too. I thought about
that's what I was.
All of us being there.
Her and her boyfriend were there. He works there sometimes. Often, I guess too. But but so live music. Recommend. Inane Blather recommends.
That's the key
live
to
music.
and also before I saw this show, like on the first day, like Friday, I finished my book, Clan of the Cave Bear, which is about like Neanderthals and humans and stuff. And there's all this thing about the connection between their brains, like how the Neanderthals can like kind of connect because of blah, 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 the way their brains are.
Yeah.
And I was really, it was fresh in my mind.
Is what you're saying.
Just the way that they're connected to their memories, really. And like how they share memories, like ancestral, like it's in their brain, like instincts for animals, like how elephants know to go look for salt and do kind of things like that. Like, but anyways, all that kind of stuff and like the birth of human beings, like as a species and our connection to Earth and all of that was really fresh in my mind when I saw that show. And it seemed seriously like his freestyling was coming out of like the Earth. Like it was like, he just like music. It was really clear to me like how
primal
music,
as the Liver King would say.
It felt like I was in heaven or infinity or something like that.
Cool.
It felt like just this over and over.
LSD helps that.
It was.
But it's
the
it's
acid
really
didn't hurt.
It's really something. That's what I was going to say earlier. It really says something about music in general. Just that psychedelic drugs and music have such a connection because, true use, I mean, not to gatekeep or anything, but use of psychedelics, because it's not generally something that people just use to get high, You're
not going to go to the bar and do acid usually, I don't think. Like,
even with the opportunity to escape reality in a way, it's not escapism even like booze or other things are, because it's just
for sure
just muting reality. It's really
alcohol
expanding
really
your
dulls
mind.
Things.
But either way, just spiritual and mental connections. The fact that music is such a like a default accompaniment to that is interesting. So, and that people,
I mean, it's in like every religion, like people sing and like it's like joyful and worship, and you can really feel. Yeah, music is a world within itself in a language we all understand. That's Stevie Wonder, Sir Duke. It's a really powerful thing. Music
it's not their fault,
tames the angry beast and blah, 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 blah.
That don't like music because they're psychopaths. They're straight up sociopaths.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not your fault, but it's like that's a marker of
how
why
can
you're
you? It's
not
like so
a normal
innate,
human being. Yeah.
like in us. Yeah.
Yeah, neuroatypical, derogatory. But, yes, because as we always say on the show, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter.
We say that.
Yeah.
It was a feeling of like the understanding of what sets humans apart, sort of like the thing that we have of empathy and compassion, and we really, really care for other things, and we have the ability to help other, like the earth or things around us. We're like really just an interesting, cool species that's capable of a lot of really like whatever you want to say, like morally good things. Like we're such like a cool, beautiful species when we want to be. It's seriously like watching Torin. He was like
even morally
how I can imagine
neutral.
people felt about
to actually accomplish
Jesus.
something
Like,
morally neutral is it's incredible. Yeah, something that does not harm the
Music?
universe in which we exist is pretty incredible. So in other words, you were sliving is what I got from
and
that.
also I thought I felt like God also on like at one point I was
that's
like
sliving.
Really felt like
That is
I was
sliving.
God. My friends were like my angels around me. It totally felt I was like I felt true deep profound like happiness. I was just like crying
I had a big
and
God
like
revelation on psychedelics.
It
once,
was
but...
it was
so I've been
amazing.
I've been microdosing magic mushrooms.
Nice.
And yeah, it's amazing. Like the shit needs to be legal.
They're the best.
I just wish that there was and I'm sure it's coming, but I know Emily was talking about some
isn't it medicinalized in like Colorado or something?
Yeah, psilocybin gummies, which would be nice. I don't mind the flavor. It's just measuring out psilocybin is what I get worried about.
You can order stuff online.
Literally already just having some before the podcast and kicking, I was like, that was a little bit much. I'm like sitting here like, wow.
Oh, that's a good idea. I wish I would have taken. Yeah, your pupils are pretty big. Yeah.
But no,
the other night I was like, I feel still high on acid, and I was like, oh, I forgot I took a half a mushroom chocolate. I was like, what the heck? I still feel like it looks weird. It looks cool. I feel great.
And that's what sucks. It's like because there's nothing wrong with it at all, but just the fact that I don't want to take too much. And I don't want to just waste some and take too little, but taking very small amounts, I mean, it's just, your mood's better. I mean, I'm not high by any means. I'm noticeably like my mood's better or whatever. I'm more productive. It's like, it honestly, I can't take them too late because it's very energizing. And I cannot
hard to
get
sleep.
To bed.
Your mind's super active.
Yeah.
I feel like,
and it's like, and I mean, not even just the mind, but it's like I'm not tired. Like, it's,
I want to do the dishes. I want to do all these things.
Yeah, it's like an Adderall replacement with my self medication of Adderall because I didn't do it recreationally. Well, I mean, I did. No, but I mean, the past couple
me
years,
too.
it's like very small dosage, like what would be recommended. So yeah, more productive and all this stuff. It's like, man, it needs to be measured out well. Who knows? Could be.
Yeah.
I just could see it replacing. Like it'd be better than taking these SSRIs for the rest of my fucking life because. I don't know.
Because it also can actually change your mind. It can
to...
actually literally make you change the way you think about things and not just like stop symptoms from happening, like genuinely like neural pathways and things like that.
But it's like, it's not
but
exactly
in a
how
different
I
way.
want it to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, sure. I was talking to someone about that just this past week and I'm like, yeah, it's like, I mean, it saved my life, It's like I'm not suicidal, but I don't know, half the time my dick doesn't work. It's like it's not.
Yeah, there's some real
sometimes that's a
downsides.
trade-off that you don't even want. It's like I'd rather be suicidal right now.
Suicidal if I can fuck. Yeah, I'll be suicidal if I can't.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like so I don't want to just keep. I don't know. For one thing, just supporting some random pharma company just so I can stay alive.
When Mother Earth already gave it to us. Mushrooms are like
an option to do something. Honestly, even if it was some pharma company that took it over and was able to dole it out, it's like I just would prefer it. But I can only imagine. Sure. I have a friend who tapered off and has been going meds-less recently, and it's been pretty tough for her too. But she's happy that she was doing it. But there were just a couple. Yeah, she sent me a message about getting out of all things, that was just quite a trigger and running into someone and this whole like thing. And it's while she was at work, she's like, oh, it's just been the emotions have been overwhelming. Like she had to go home early and stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
and there's no way around it. You know, I mean, it's like, that's just what's going to happen. I can't imagine even tapering off my meds. It's like, I'd have to take 6 weeks off of work. And it's like, and I'm not on anything crazy. I'm on a very common thing, but it's just, I don't know.
It's also
capitalism
just disappointing.
Puts us here.
Yes,
I think without capitalism,
that's exactly...
depression wouldn't exist.
And because these things, capitalism and thanks a lot Puritans, it's legitimately like killing people, keeping our technology less advanced, like our society. You know what I think about, like Blue Apron and what is that fresh box thing that you get your food delivered with like a recipe and stuff?
Hello
whatever
Fresh.
Those things are. HelloFresh. What I think about those is like, that's how the future like looked from the past. Like we would be having meals delivered. Like there'd be these services. We don't all have to go drive to the store. We don't have so much waste.
Yeah.
We have like everything in these, like that's how it could be. If we didn't have all these puritanical sort of things, people could have been taking whatever kind of herbs and things, anything from nature and testing on it and being like, wow, this really works to help people. And you wouldn't have these restrictions on it or drug companies being like, no, because we want to make money or whatever.
But instead,
can't cure depression.
You have people getting.
But instead we have this.
Instead, you have people getting HelloFresh because there's literally not enough time in their day to like
because they
shop
work so
for fresh
hard.
produce and spend an hour, with the combination of prepping, making, and cleaning up their meals.
And eating.
And then even if you did, it would just make the entire thing more stressful when it's like being home should be a place of
tools to
relaxation,
serenity,
comfort should comfort you. But it just becomes the opposite because you got to fucking do everything yourself, and you're alienated.
And you have to figure out every single day what to make to eat.
And you're alienated from the rest of the world. This atomization, so many people don't even. Then you're at your home, you don't even know your neighbors. Everyone's spread out. You have to schedule time with your friends.
YouPorn.
So then this stuff that stresses you out because you're all alone in doing it because nothing is communal enough. You don't have people just like, yeah, of course I'll help you out with that. I mean, when you have friends, everyone will help you out with everything, just like you'll want to help out all your friends. But everyone, it's like you
busy.
have to schedule time. And people, everyone lives, a 20-minute drive from each other because of car culture and because of and America sucks.
That's why I love
blah,
my ankles.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. My ankle's been sprained. I haven't been working. It's been really nice being able to hang out and see people and go and like do whatever. And like be there for people and like people need help. And it's like the more time you can spend, the more you can like foster your relationships and build these
like
really strong bonds and like a community.
Way to spend your
it's like makes my
time.
life to where I'm pouring down tears, feeling the meaning of true happiness because I'm so loved and all of this, where I feel so incredibly grateful and all of this, like profound, genuine happiness because I'm able to spend time with the people I love. That's what makes me so happy. I'm so incredibly blessed from my own choices and people in my life that I'm able to live the way I do. And I know the amount of time I'm able to put into my relationships is what makes me happy. It's
And
like, I mean, I have a
you're
cool
put
job
into
too,
that
but
situation after, it already being in a position of privilege, being a white American. Compared to so
White
many other
woman?
people,
Oh,
it's
we get
like
it. Yeah.
not only is it tougher outside of there because American capitalism is foisted upon everyone in the world, and like, ugh, it's just fucking blow up the planet. I swear. Anyway,
I didn't hear. No, you're just talking and not talking. Dead air.
I'm gonna watch Oppenheimer and talk about it. If
I did
only
have
they
some-
would have just accidentally ignited the entire atmosphere and killed the entire planet with the hydrogen bomb.
I know. That's what, like Schadenfreude, like why it's such a bad thing or whatever to feel like
Freud
it's not very.
and his friend Schad.
Schadenfreude. Yeah, where you're feeling like pleasure at someone else's pain or whatever that is. Like how, not to date this, but it did happen.
Like
Mitch McConnell had a stroke.
Yeah. Well, let's just do, we can, since it gets kind of out of date, we're a couple weeks behind or so, depending. I mean, I did that one that was like a month, but I'm catching up slowly. But, you know, we'll just, I was seeing that the other day, just say news stories like they're actually happening, even though we're completely wrong. Be like what just happened, this will date it, but Mitch McConnell has passed away.
But JFK was assassinated.
No, I just mean making stuff up, you know?
Yeah.
Ever since
passed away,
ever since Ron DeSantis picked Honey Boo Boo as his running mate.
Yeah. Well, he just had a string of bad luck. He died in that car accident, so.
Yeah, if only. Yeah, so speaking
Mitch
of...
McConnell, Schadenfreude, and like why it's like, how can you feel like it's like, no, there's still a person, all this stuff. Mitch McConnell
pleasure at the misfortune of others.
He is the reason Roe versus Wade got overturned. Pretty specifically, kind of like he made it his goal. It's not a conspiracy. He said it. It's his own words and stuff. And I feel like fuck him. Like absolutely, legitimately, like what I told you the other day, I was like, got on Facebook just so I could troll like a pro, quote unquote, pro-life, an anti-choice organization. Like genuinely, these laws kill women. That's what an increase in maternal mortality is. That's dead women, dead people with uteruses, dead girls.
Yeah, it's just women though.
They can't even tell me what a woman is. Yeah. It's really like you're talking about you're celebrating these laws getting passed. That 10-year-old girl, I was talking about it with someone. I was like, my niece, she's 11. I was like, imagine her pregnant. Imagine her having to flee across state lines to get an abortion. And imagine if she couldn't. Imagine that little girl actually being pregnant, actually having to have a baby. We're talking young girls who are rape victims who have to have a baby, and sometimes they die.
And it's like,
and also you talk about abortion. Oh, give it up for adoption, and what? Put it up for adoption, and what? Have it go into this great foster care system? Are you so proud of it? Like, they'll be so well taken care of. You want more babies born so they can be what? Abused and molested and neglected?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
It's coming
Ostensibly,
from the same people
goal
that say, oh, you want all these illegal immigrants? How about you house them? It's like, okay, how about you take in all the foster kids? You know, although...
And how about I would house them with my tax dollars. I'd be happy to help immigrants have a home.
But hold on. Or talk for a bit. I'm just gonna make sure my house isn't on fire.
Well, I'm just gonna keep talking about how incredibly lacking in compassion these people have to be to think about this issue and not think about the people involved. We're talking Christian women who want their babies having a miscarriage and needing abortion services and not being able to get them. Their own beliefs won't save them. They'll die just like any other women. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something's on fire.
I
know, I'm glad that you could fill the dead air.
Yeah. I said Christian women are going to die too because of miscarriages.
When
Christian women who wanted to have those babies.
Of like 11-year-old girls or something like that. So many, and often they're correct when they say, well, there's exceptions for that, you know, and a lot of these.
There are states where there are no exceptions.
But there are states where there are exceptions. And I said sometimes they're right, and it's like, why? Like, why can't a grown adult woman be also given that that exception and that choice? Like, what? Why is that? Like,
because she's a dumb broad.
No, I mean, it's just, so there's an exception. So what's the reason for the rule in the first place? Is it about killing fetuses or not? Like, is it about murdering babies? That's why I say...
Some guys say, no, it's not. That it doesn't matter if they were raped. That's not the child's fault that they were... The born from rape, they deserve to be born just like anybody else. That
Exactly.
is what they say.
They
say
only some
ectopic
of them.
pregnancies.
Only some of them.
Ectopic.
Those are the only ones
Any of them saying
that's a more logical position to me. It's like if you're gonna be
for
forced
sure.
birth, if you
should
actually think
you should be
that
bombing
it's,
Planned
that it's
Parenthoods
murdering
for sure. If you're
babies,
that
you should
psychotic.
not believe in any exceptions whatsoever. As soon as you say, well, there's an exception for rape and incest, or there's an exception for like these young girls, it's like, why? You're still what? So it's okay to murder some babies and not others? Fuck you. It's like, well,
Yeah.
it's like, well, why do you think it's okay to murder all of them? I was like, because I don't think they're fucking babies. Okay, you moron. It's like because I don't
know.
care. But for one thing, I'm a man. Whatever. But it's like, and I just think that women should have control over their own fucking bodies. And
Yeah,
you know,
it's
so
like,
should babies.
do they know
but
how
you know
babies are
what?
made?
Until it's born, that's not a fucking baby. So get off.
Everyone's
my,
going to convert to Judaism
my
to get around that
liberal
because they have
lawn.
it like in
That
their
bullshit.
in like I mean there's like spiritual beliefs that's like life begins at your first
Yeah,
breath.
that's Judaism.
Like that's something like a part of
is
it.
from
Exactly.
that, but
So it's like well of course it's not because it's not
yeah,
about
I'm just gonna
anything.
stick with.
It's about control.
Hey, you crazy anti-abortion fellers out there. I stick with the founding fathers' principles, especially that of Benjamin Franklin, who was an abortion advocate and published a how-to guide at home abortions and how to give yourself a fucking miscarriage. I'm giving up on the accent, but it's like, you know, yeah. I mean, I wonder how many abortions do you think happen over at Monticello?
Well,
You know,
yeah,
like,
Rapey
geez,
McJefferson,
yeah,
or I mean,
Rapey McGee,
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson,
Yeah.
that fucking atheist weirdo that you revere so much.
Yeah.
That was just raping slaves, and I'm sure many of the children were aborted because it was more normal. It's like because all this
because
political
sometimes you
abortion
don't want to
stuff
have a
is
baby.
recent, you crazy kooks. God.
And it's all what's the word where it's like they made it up? It starts with a C maybe. It doesn't matter. But it's all because of propaganda. Like it literally is because of a stupid phone call because they wanted this voting block and
Yeah.
segregation didn't work. That's how they got all these people who didn't even believe it to just it's so
Yeah, with the moral majority and all that. Yeah. That's how it became
With, like,
such
all these propaganda
much
films.
bigger than it was. I mean, there
they
was
went
an
on a tour
anti-abortion-
and showed people films.
Yeah, contingent, but it was pretty small and pretty extreme. Especially
It wasn't the evangelicals.
especially linking it to religiosity. Any sort of like it was fundamentalist, extremist. Although now, I mean, what's the difference? But well, you know what? Let's. That was a lot of blather. Hey, I'm just gonna say, my note to the people at large out there: stop saying Reese's. It is Reese's.
Reese's?
Reese's.
You sound like Dad.
Pieces, not Reese's Pieces. I know you're out there. We don't have any. I bet some of my closest friends.
I think they're
say
just
that.
PC Reese's. They're just very woke.
Yeah, if only they're thugs. They're
They wear
conservatard thugs that just go to bat for fracking billionaires. You know that Reese's Corporation. They're just out there,
probably.
drilling deep into like some sort of third world country soil, and all these little Reese's
chocolate?
pieces keep coming out. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, drilling for chocolate. Yeah, I'm sure all the chocolate is probably not very fair trade that goes into mass-produced stuff
Oh,
like that.
yeah. Yikes. Yeah. Does Nestle own Reese's?
No, it's probably Mars Company.
No,
I
Disney
don't know.
does.
Yeah, it's the Disney Fox News conglomerate thing. Yeah, I think it's the
Halliburton.
yeah. I think it's the. Dang! Now I can't remember off the top of my head what the company
can't remember
on
any words right now.
Succession. But
Oh, I just watched the movie Hook last night, and I swear the son in it is the one that plays the youngest son in Succession. I was like, this looks like, is it Ronan in Succession? Roman?
yeah, he's a.
Is it? Oh.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know if
I
he's
think
in
it's him.
Hook, but I mean he's Macaulay
think he's,
Culkin's
like,
brother.
6 years old.
Kieran
It looks so much
Culkin.
like him. Is it him? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Maybe I'll look it up. But I thought it was him.
No, I'm
So-
sorry, but that was Dustin Hoffman is who you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, is
Robin
that
Williams.
Kieran Culkin as...
Oh, no, it's not.
Hook?
It's a different guy. But man, it looked so much like him as a kid. I was like, this could have been
It's
him
not a
as a
different
kid.
Culkin,
but
huh?
nope, it's some dork. No,
I
don't know his
remember-
name. Charlie Corsmo.
My first... I'm pretty sure it's him, because I think there's a couple of the Culkin brothers, but I remember first seeing him in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So he was
yeah.
the
My
sassy
ex loves that
friend.
movie.
So
It's his favorite.
it's a good movie. It's fun. It's also the first that I really saw Will Arnett. I think not Will Arnett. Who's in that?
Will Forte.
Will I Am.
Will Shakespeare.
Yeah. No, but no, I don't know. It's embarrassing when I say actually who I was thinking of. It'll be embarrassing. So
Like I just did? Yeah. Jack
that's
Corsmo.
why I have to go with yeah. It was William Shakespeare. Yeah, but okay. So
Toot, toot.
yep. Shout out to RM Brown. We love you,
Our Lord and Savior.
I love you.
Love you so much.
And hopefully,
And everyone else. Everyone
yeah,
else.
next time soundboard will be charged up. That was pretty brutal going without it. See, it got too serious.
Yeah. Dead air.
Okay, love you. Bye.
I love you too. Bye.